It's been years since we carved our names on a clock tower door before everything changed. We were big-eyed boys with the salt on our skin, and we'd throw our kites to the wind, and they fly on and on and on and on, on and on and on and on, on and on and on and on. It's been years since we whispered soft with the torchlight on and the big light off. We were tired boys with the soap on our skin, and we'd fall asleep to the wind, and we dream on and on and on and on, on and on and on and on, on and on and on and on. 'Cause we circles, you see. We go round, round the sun, in and out like the sea. I'll circle round you, you will circle round me. And in years when the torchlight thins and the clock tower's gone and the big light dims, we'll no longer be boys. We'll have lines on our skin, and they'll throw our dust to the wind.
Voila. It is time. I got caught up watching the gameplay where I kill the Bloodstarved beast right here. Yeah, look at that. First try. No effort needed. Holla back, boys. That's how you do it. What a great game. I also, look at this, okay? Maybe this is not normal, but I do want to show you this because I think it is actually more common than most people would be led to believe. I got one of these with bonus because we hit rev goals for Black Friday and everything. Full on regular PS4 Pro, nice. Like by the time I sold my regular PS4, it actually ended up being like a free upgrade, so I figured why not. So I did that, and it's great. Like I love the construction of it. It's solid. It's well built. It just feels good in the hand. The controller is great. Everything about it is great. But when you try to play a game like Bloodborne or something that's a little more demanding and you play it for like half an hour, you'll actually notice you'll be playing it, and Bloodborne's not a good game for this, but you'll be playing it and then the screen will just go black for about a second or 2 seconds. And you won't know why. It's just gone. The screen just shuts off, and then it'll come back and like nothing ever happened. And it'll do that like 2-3 times in an hour of just playing. And I don't know why. I can't explain it. I have tried swapping out the HDMI cable. I tried changing the input on the TV. I tried changing it to a different power plug. I tried all that. I thought maybe it was overheating and something was getting weird, so I tried moving it around, but it's not heating up at all. The fans are barely going. Maybe that's it. Maybe the fans are broken or something. I don't know. Whatever it is, there's something wrong with the PS4 Pro. So I have to actually take it back and get it swapped out, which is quite frustrating. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It's a little frustrating because I just want to get into it. I just got all the settings worked out so that it actually works. And yeah, I tried that GAUFAT. I really did. I did fit quite nicely, but it didn't work. All of this, I don't really know what the deal is, but regardless, it is offering many frustrations and issues. I just have bad luck with tech recently. When I get something new, it doesn't work and I have to take it back and go through the whole process. Like, got a printer because my old one broke down and I needed it for finals. And after just like 50 pages of printing, like this one, I printed off this, but as you can see, there's a streak going right through Geralt's forehead. And I don't know, it's a brand spanking new printer, new print heads, new ink, everything, but there's just a streak through his head and his mouth and lower lip and right across his nipples. So something's wrong with the printer too. So I might have to take that back if cleaning everything out doesn't work. I just have bad luck with it, guys. I just do. I don't know what the deal is. I might be cursed. IKD, yes, I do have coffee. You better believe it. Human being. I actually got this for free. One of the nice things about donating blood in Fort Collins, Colorado is that they actually give you free coffee coupons to local coffee places. And so if you donate like a little bit of blood, not only do you feel like a good person, but you also get free coffee, which makes it so everybody wins. But yeah, so quick, I want to address this real quick. Yeah, just as Bobby Brown, we had enough of you yesterday. Yes, we did 3.5 hours about yesterday for the Game Awards. It was a crazy long show. It was dragged out. It was tough. It was tough. And so we did the whole stream, we did all that, and then this morning it ended up being taken down by the WWE, who thought one of the car commercials they owned. And then also Nintendo had 4 copyright claims. Rockstar had a couple. So overall, there are 12 different copyright claims against that live stream. So essentially, there's no luck. There's no way I can get that unblocked. I tried, but it looks like... blur, are you gonna refocus? There we go. I tried fixing it, I tried changing it around, but it just looks like it might be a lost cause for that one. I am uploading it to whatever, yeah, Mega, as Neat Sarah just put out. I am actually in the process of updating and uploading it to that. So if you hop on the Discord, you didn't see the stream last night, I'm actually going to post it there, a link to it, and you can download the show and watch it in its entirety, because screw copyright crap. So it will be available. Don't worry. Just follow, get on the Discord. And if you didn't get to see it yesterday and you want to see it and watch it with us in fake real time, then you can do that. That should be fixed probably by the end of tomorrow, or by the end of today rather. Overall, it was a pretty good show. I wasn't too crazy disappointed by anything. I thought all the picks were relatively good. It wasn't as cringy as past years. Overall, they did a pretty good job. If we go all the way down and we just go back through it real quick, I'm going to start on this award. Best strategy game. If we go here, oh, I have to fix live chat viewer there. Oh, maybe. There we go. So if we go back through the awards, maybe I should throw my face over here. That might work better. So best strategy game, Mario Rabbids. One of the interesting things, a lot of these awards, they didn't actually go through the awards. Like, it was a 2.5 hour long show, but, or 3 hours, whatever it was a blur. But they didn't actually announce all the awards. A few of them, like, they would go through 3 awards in 10 seconds and just be like, congratulations to blah, blah, blah for blah, blah, blah. Congratulations to blah, 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 blah. Okay, now for a weird performance by some band you've never heard of. Like, it was just kind of weird. I didn't really understand. But whatever. Best strategy game went to Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. That was apparently selected by their jury. So Would I call it the best strategy game? No, it was fun, but I wouldn't say it was the best strategy game. It was like a fun mix of family fun with some adult strategy, so it was something that you could enjoy regardless of age. But I mean, all of these, like Total Warhammer, or Total War, Warhammer, and XCOM 2 are just better strategy games. So I don't really understand why why that happened, but it did. Best family game went to Super Mario Odyssey. I kind of predicted this. I thought this one didn't come out this year, so I don't understand why it's even there. Mario Rabbids, too difficult for a lot of kids. Sonic Mania, Sonic shouldn't win anything ever. Splatoon 2, maybe, but it's not as big a game and it's not as family friendly. It's just kind of like a shooter. But at least Super Mario Odyssey, you can do like co-op and stuff. So I'm glad that one won. I think that's one it actually deserved. Best fighting game, Injustice 2, absolutely deserved it. No doubt there. So that I agree with. Best role-playing game, I actually don't agree with this one. I don't think Persona 5 is a great role-playing game in terms of the freedom to choose your role. Like, at least you can say a lot about South Park, but the Fractured But Whole it actually gave you full freedom to do exactly what you wanted to do, which was cool. Final Fantasy 15, I don't think it should be on this list anyways. It came out last year, but if we were going to say that, I'd say, okay, maybe. But Divinity Original Sin 2, compared to all of these, is just fantastic in terms of actual role-playing abilities. So I think this probably should have won above Persona 5. That's at least what I would have picked. Best action adventure game, Breath of the Wild. I agree with that. I still don't understand why Mario Odyssey was nominated for this section. I don't understand. Action adventure, it would have gone for me with Breath of the Wild or Origins. Either which one I would consider, but Origins I might have handed it to just because they weren't nominated for much else, and I think they do deserve recognition for something. They did a great job, and I mean, it's not like Breath of the Wild isn't going to get recognized in this award ceremony. And specifically for the action and the adventure and the exploration of Egypt, I was really happy with it. So that was cool. I can agree with that one. Best action game, all of these were good. I'm surprised Prey didn't take it, but as I said before the show, in the pre-show section we went through, I said Wolfenstein 2 would likely win a bunch of awards because it, you know, had a bunch of... It was very, what did somebody say on stream last night? They said it was like Antifa the game or something, where it's just a bunch of really clearly pandering casting and cast members trying to fight the evil Nazis. And I'm fine with killing Nazis. Like, Nazis are not good. I understand that and I can approve of that. But it's pretty clear what they're trying to do. Like, if I need to explain that, I guess I can, but I think you know what I mean. It's just... it's very pandery. It's very pandery. And so it's not just a good game, it's an important game that says a lot about our current situation, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. Just, I don't like feeling as though I'm being preached to in a game. Even if I agree with the message of Nazis are bad, I still don't like being preached to. So, regardless, they won Best Action, but any of these could have won it, except Destiny 2. I don't think that is really up in the air for it. But Cuphead is great. Prey, really good. Neo, fantastic. Wolfenstein 2, really good as well. So they're all good. Best VR game, none of these even come close. Resident Evil 7 is just the best game to play in VR. I'd say really right now at all. It's just flat out the best. It's just best. Like it just is. I don't know what else to say. Best handheld game, I don't really care about this section, but Metroid won it. Best mobile game, again, don't really care too much about this. And best ongoing game, this is just something, if a game is ongoing, then it can win. Overwatch won. It was basically between Overwatch and Grand Theft Auto. I don't think PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds or Destiny should be nominated here. PlayerUnknown's because it's, first of all, it hasn't really been ongoing for very long, and secondly, because it's not even fully released yet. It's early access, so I don't understand why it's nominated, but regardless, it is. Destiny 2, same thing, except it is fully released. It's just not ongoing. So how do you award ongoing game without having seen it on go for like a year or two? So that's why I said this one should probably take it. The chat's messed up. How's the chat messed up? I don't know. Regardless, yeah, so that took it right there. And then as for best narrative, or games for impact, that's what this is. Games for impact, Hellblade won it. I agreed with this one. I mean, it was basically between Hellblade and What Remains of Edith Finch. A lot of people are butthurt over Life is Strange and the fact that you don't have the original cast. Just all this stuff. It's interesting how everyone seems to just be ignoring this one. I don't like episodic stuff, so that might be it, but you know, I just think Hellblade was better, so that's it. Hellblade won. Best performance, really happy about this. Melina won it, and she was so adorable when she won it, and was like shaking so visibly. It was like, it was intense. And it was great. It was great. So I'm very happy for her that she won, and I think she deserved it much more than these guys. They aren't bad, but none of their performances were like, holy crap. Hers was. Hers absolutely was. And the best thing about this that makes me really happy inside is that she's not even an actress. Like, this is what these guys do. These guys are actors. That's all they do. They get paid to act and do that. And that's all they do all day. She's a video editor. And she showed all of them up. Which, I don't know why it makes me so happy, but it just does. Because acting is something I've always thought, like I do a lot of acting. Blurry, there we go. I do a lot of acting. And it always hurts my heart when somebody goes in and spends like $20,000 on an acting degree from a big university or something, expecting that will make them some breakout star and like they'll relive La La Land. It just doesn't make sense. It's not true. Like, either you can act or you can't. Either you have an artistic eye or you don't. Either you have charisma or you don't. Like, it's one of those things where you can take classes to refine it, I think, but either you have what it takes or you don't. And Melina just proved that so perfectly, where she just was subbing in while they were looking for somebody to play Senua. The game director said, Melina, why don't you just play her? She said, okay. And she did it and just won Best Performance at the Game Awards. And is now up in the ranks with like these people that have done this all their lives and it's all they do, which is remarkable. So good for her. I am very, very happy for her. I think she absolutely deserved it. Best audio design, Hellblade. This is one that they passed over, but no, this had to go to Hellblade. Just flat out the best. Like, remarkable. If you haven't played that game, just to listen to it, play it with headphones, try it out. It's fantastic. Absolutely phenomenal. Best score music, Nier took this one. All of these were good. Again, Super Mario Odyssey, I don't think should really be nominated. Basically, my stance on these are usually, if the game is like a sequel or is using music from previous entries, I'm less impressed by it because it's not all original. It's just kind of rewriting stuff that already existed. But like Persona 5, it's using a lot of music from previous entries. Same with Breath of the Wild. Same with Super Mario. Destiny 2, same sort of thing, but not quite to the same degree. So I was mostly impressed by Nier and Cuphead because most of their tracks were completely original. But either which way, I was happy for the release, or for the win. Best art direction, Cuphead won. I don't see how you could have given it to anybody else. That's not really a surprise. Best narrative, What Remains of Edith Finch took this one, and they do a really good job. It's a very well told story, so good for them. But yeah, you'll notice something as we go through these. Horizon hasn't won anything. Like, Horizon, very good game. I've said on this show multiple times before and taken heat for it that I felt Horizon Zero Dawn was a good game, but more than anything, it was mostly just a tech demo that was getting ready for the sequel, which was going to be the real game. And it's not to say that it's a crappy game or it's terrible. It's just to say that Horizon Zero Dawn, it didn't feel refined. I think that's the word. It didn't feel refined. It felt like there were a lot of systems that were okay. It was interesting. But like the combat, kind of flimsy to me. It's just, it usually just devolves into just like ammo sponges. It's too much like a first-person shooter than a tactical like bow and arrow type combat. I don't know if I'm making sense, but that's kind of what I was thinking of when it came to Horizon. But either which way, they haven't won anything yet, and as we go on, you're going to notice that continuing. But Edith Finch took that. Well done. It was between them and probably Hellblade. But either one could have won, and I would have been happy. Best game direction, Breath of the Wild took this one. No real surprise there. Very well directed, carefully crafted game. Yeah, I'm kind of happy about that, so good for them. But either one of these could have won. Again, Super Mario Odyssey, I don't know why it's there. It's a fun game, but it's not that good. It's like maybe an 8. I just don't understand. Neat says in the chat, I'm very annoyed by Mario showing up so much. Total War Warhammer should have won Strategy Award. Mario shouldn't have even been nominated for score. Final Fantasy 15 should have. Well, yeah, I mean, the whole thing, it's pretty clear Mario got nominated for a bunch of stuff just because it's Mario. So they do that. Nostalgia is one hell of a bonus for these types of games. And then the winner of Game of the Year, Breath of the Wild. Not really a surprise there. Not really a surprise there. But I mean, it's pretty remarkable. Horizon didn't take anything home, which is kind of crazy. I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me. But you know, they tried hard, and if anything, hopefully this pushes them to work hard on the sequel and blow everyone away. I really think the sequel is going to be so insanely good that it's just going to piss people off. Like, imagine if you put in the free climbing mechanics of like Assassin's Creed Origins, and then like the parachuting and paragliding of Breath of the Wild, and refine some of the like cooking and crafting mechanics, fix the menuing system so it doesn't look so crappy. All that stuff. Like, you could really refine this out, and it could be phenomenal. And I think that's what's going to happen. So I'm excited for the sequel, but that's it. That's that. Now, in addition to this, there were also a bunch of announcements mixed in with it. And just to run through what those were, let's see. This is a list from The Verge for the 11 biggest announcements and trailers from the 2017 Game Awards. And while I go through these, I can even pop here. Right here. Who won the narrative? Oh, wait, no, that's backed up. Oh, there we go. Okay, it seems to be working now. Anyway, but for this, a bunch of announcements, like the new 50-50 mode for Fortnite was something a lot of people tuned in for, and sure enough, it showed up. 50-50 Battle Royale looks kind of fun. I actually downloaded Fortnite. Looks like it's going to be a good time. I am crooked. Let me just scoot that over. There we go. So that's one. The new desert map for PlayerUnknown or PUBG was announced. The co-op adventure game A Way Out is launching in March, and the game director for that was incredibly high on what seemed like cocaine and would not stop talking. You know, F the Oscars, that guy, that's going to be a meme, I guarantee you. And so that happened, so that's interesting. From Software is making something. It's not really clear. I can't show the full trailer or else this will also get copyright stricken. But basically, this is what we're looking at. This is just a small screenshot of it. And it looks like some sort of bone with like I don't know, wound rope or something around the side, and it turns slightly as the 15 seconds goes on, as you see there. And then it just says shadows die twice. And I don't know what that means. It's not clear if this is like Bloodborne 2. It's not clear if this is a spin-off. It certainly has the same visual style as Bloodborne's trailers and has the same feel. If it is Bloodborne 2, we're going to see something at the PlayStation Experience, which I think is that friggin' tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow, yeah. So it could potentially be that, or it could be a kind of spin-off title that they're going to put out for cross-platform, in which case we probably won't see it tomorrow. Either which way, I'm happy that they aren't really pushing it, just because one of the main issues with Bloodborne was that it was very rushed. There's many elements of that game where you play through them and it just feels rushed, it feels incomplete. And it's because there were a lot of moments in that game that were not polished, weren't finished. And you can tell that especially when you start to look for them. So, I'm just trying to fix this video here, if I can. There we go. I think that works. I also sense a sneeze coming on. Oh, yeah. I saw it coming. I saw it coming a mile away. Okay. But now that that's fixed, I think it's good that they're taking their time, just because they have a lot to fix, especially when it comes to polish. A game like Bloodborne, like Dark Souls, all of these games require so much polish, so much work, and if you rush it, you end up with something that just doesn't work fundamentally. So I'm glad to see that they're changing it and taking their time, because if they have a highly polished Bloodborne, like, oh my gosh, can you imagine? That's the thing with most of these Soulsborne games, is that they all feel very rushed. Like, they usually feel as though they could have had another year and it would have been what they meant it to be. There's never enough bosses. It always just feels kind of empty. But regardless, that's what that is. Hello, Geralt. Yeah, if. But that's what happened. That's what happened. So maybe a new Bloodborne, you never know. After Job Simulator, that's there. If you have a Vive and are looking for something fun, that's something that you could do. In the Valley of Gods announcement trailer, this one actually looks like, let's see. Yeah, so this is made by the creators of Firewatch, and it is a game that basically sets you in Egypt and you're exploring, it looks like, something like that. Not really clear exactly what the goal of the game is, but something like Firewatch. But already the trailer has had comments disabled on it, just because all of PewDiePie's defenders are going over there and sharing a piece of their minds, which we're going to talk about PewDiePie in a minute. Don't worry about that. We're going to address him. We are actually going to talk about PewDiePie and the YouTube Rewind in a second. But yeah, so that's announced. If you're interested in that, that'll come out like 2 years from now, so it's a ways out, probably early 2019, I think is what they said. Breath of the Wild's new expansion is out. It has a motorcycle in it. That's cool. And Soul Calibur is coming back with Soul Calibur 6 for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And Bayonetta 3 is being developed exclusively for the Switch, as well as a new trailer for Death Stranding, which is so weird and bizarre, I can't even really fathom. So that's that. Are we going to stream PSX? That is actually the plan right now. It mainly just depends on if I can get off work in time, but that is the plan. If not, we'll go back through it in a dedicated video that we can make sure it's not copyright claimed, so we can do that. Hello, Kyle. Notice me, nerd. So yeah, that's kind of everything that happened at the Game Awards this year. It was pretty good. Lots of interesting stuff happened and came about. You know, no real complaints from me. I thought it was a pretty solid show all around, and I'm not freaking out too much. It's tonight. Is PSX tonight? I thought it was on the 9th. It might be. I never know. I never freaking know. PSX 2017. Yeah, no, maybe. Let's see. I'm looking it up right now. It says 9th and 10th. So I think tomorrow. It's a 2-day show, but when's the actual stream? Like when they actually announce stuff. When and where to watch PSX 2017. Okay, what time does PlayStation present at PSX 2017 start? Friday at 8 p.m. Okay, yeah, okay. But the actual thing starts tomorrow. Okay, the presentation is tonight. See, this is good information. Oh no, I died. I died against Vicar. Vicar Amelia, how could you? There we go. Okay, yeah, then I'm glad you told me that. Who told me that? I want to say thank you. I lost it. Easy? I think Easy was the first one to say it. Thank you for telling me. In that case, yeah, I mean, we can probably... I'll just put off the video I was working on, and we can stream that probably. It says North America, 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So, yeah, 9 p.m. here. So, about 6.5 hours from now. We could do that. We could do that. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, I'm glad we checked that out. Because I just assumed it was tomorrow because it said the conference was tomorrow and the day after, the 9th and 10th. Oh, did I already die? Holy crap. I do kill Vicar by the end of this. I know that. But okay. That's good. So yeah, I guess we'll have another stream tonight. If you're not already sick of me. And we can upload that one because that one will probably also get copyright claimed. But whatever. I might go and swap out this PS4 Pro in the meantime as I spit everywhere. But yeah, so before we... let's see, what is this? I don't know what that is. Okay. Before we move on to the next one, let me get my notes here. Okay. We went through that. We recapped. Oh, I do want to say next week, a week from today, so next Friday, I will be moving. So to do the regular stream is probably not going to happen, at least on Friday. That's going to be episode 50, which means it's our season finale. So either what we'll do is a big extravaganza pre-recorded, but I would like to have it live, at least some segment where we can celebrate and hang out. So I'm not super keen on that one. But either we'll do that, or we will do a live stream like the following Monday, so like the 17th, something like that, and we'll do a big stream on that day to celebrate the end of the season. And all that means is that the season ends and I take about a week and a half, 2 weeks off of doing the show to work on, you know, changing the format. I will have just moved into a new place, so we'll work on kind of rearranging how things are done. Also, we're going to be doing a rebranding of the channel. I'm still bouncing between a bunch of different names and ideas for that. Right now, the simplest and most straightforward is just to rebrand it to my name, just Luke Stevens as the channel, and all the same content will go up. It's not going to change anything. All the same stuff you're used to will still be there. It's just going to be under my name. And you know, on the Discord, I'll still be Lukey Poo. Like there's not going to be any changes there. It's just like specifically for marketing purposes, the channel name is going to shift slightly. And also, we are looking at starting a second podcast as well, which is going to be just a podcast, just to talk. And I'm very uninspired, so that one might be named like the Luke Stevens Show, something like that, the Luke Show, I don't know. Just something where we can talk about whatever we want to and have a good time. And that's really all that we would do, but that's all you really need to do. So we'd have Talk Gaming Season 2. We'd also have the Luke Show, whatever it would be, also once a week, where we could have guests on, talk about random stuff. We could even have people from the Discord come in and talk. Maybe do like a weekly contest where we do that sort of thing. And it's going to be a good time. We'll still put out all those videos. It's just going to open it up so that we can do a lot more and not have a turd as our logo. Overall, I'm excited. I think it's going to be cool. I do feel the name Pooh would still put off many people of getting attached to a channel. Yeah, can you blame them? Can you blame them? It is Pooh. But what are you going to do? If you change your channel name, there will be consequences, dire consequences. You will rue the day you ever messed up this hornet's, or messed with this hornet's nest. I will F you up. Bring it on, Galfab. Bring it on. But yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a good time. It's a formative time, but it's going to be good. Yeah, maybe you can talk about some videos, shows, movies you liked this week on the other podcast. Exactly. And it really opens it up so that we don't have to just talk about gaming stuff. I could talk about friggin' like unsolved crimes. I could talk about a book I just read, or astronomy. Like, I could talk about literally anything I want to talk about, and we could talk about it together. And that could be really cool. We're also looking into syndication, which means that you're going to be able to download both podcasts, Talk Gaming and the Luke Show, whatever it is, on iTunes, on Spotify. Spotify's the tough one, but we're working on it. And all of that. It's going to be really interesting, and I'm excited. We're gonna try. We're trying. It's a big process. You get basically on a wait list for Spotify stuff, and then they may or may not contact you to put your stuff on. Like, I don't even think Joe Rogan's podcast, which gets millions and millions and millions of hits every day, is on Spotify. It's that stupidly complicated. Yeah, we could talk about flat Earth. Exactly. So we could talk about really anything we want, and I'm really excited for that. So Yep, subjects for the sophisticated, not dabbing for the sophisticated. Lucas the fetus. Yeah, no, I'm excited. It's going to be a good time, and hopefully you guys are going to enjoy it too. Hi, Leica, glad to see you here. Whoops, there we go. Right here, the next thing, yeah, the only thing flat earthers have to fear is sphere itself. I know somebody who's getting into the flat earth stuff. How scary is that? How scary is it? There are actual people that are into, like, it baffles the mind. I don't know. Okay, the next thing, I mentioned PewDiePie. We're going to mention him and talk about him. Basically, I want to talk briefly about the YouTube Rewind. For those of you not familiar with what the YouTube Rewind is, it's basically just a video that that YouTube and Google do once a year to celebrate their creators, and to basically just put stuff out there. You can watch it, you don't have to, but it's just what they do to quote unquote celebrate their creators. In the case of last year's, it was actually pretty decent. You know, they showed some YouTubers most people like. The real issue, though, has always been that they try really hard. They try really hard to push the creators they want to push, and then kind of shed the ones they don't want to. So, oh, there we go. So they end up pushing people like Lily Singh or Superwoman, whatever your username is, and they push these channels, and then they forget about the ones they don't like. And in this case, YouTube Rewind 2017, they did not include PewDiePie, the largest YouTuber with 58 million subscribers. They didn't even ask him to be a part of it. People thought maybe he just blew it off because they didn't want to. No, they didn't invite him. So they did put like Lily Singh and the Paul brothers and fidget spinners and all that crap in it, but they did not invite the world's largest YouTuber who has done more for the platform than any of those people combined. So it is really frustrating. Now Liam says YouTube Rewind is just a bunch of normies cashing in on old memes and shoving in their liberal views. Well, there's don't worry, Vladimir, there shouldn't be any spoilers in this clip. This is exploration, so you should be good. I skipped past the story segment, so this is just exploration and like I think a side quest. But basically, like, it's true that YouTube in general does have a very social justice oriented bend to it. Is that inherently bad? Not necessarily. Everyone has some sort of bend, but it's bad when they're holding people back as a result of not agreeing with them, especially when they go and friggin' like in the start of or about halfway through the rewind, they start talking about we need to accept and tolerate each other and unite under love, not hatred, and all this. And like, you're just waiting for them to start like pull out Shia LaBeouf and start chanting about division. Like, it's just so stupid, but they really only care about unity as long as you agree with them, as we saw, I think it was earlier this year when James, I think his name was James Damore, I hope that's the right guy, James Damore released a memo that he had published to Google internally, which basically explained and described why he thought that the practices within Google were so reprehensible, because in an attempt to be so progressive and forward-looking, they actually ended up holding a bunch of people back and discriminating against people who just didn't agree with them. And as a result, he was fired. And there's still been no real explanation as to why he was fired. He was just let go of. And that's really, really frustrating. Let's see. Oh, just to quickly refer to it. Galfoud, is it just me, or is there not much of a delay between the actual chat and the chat on screen? Or at least not as much as usual. Yeah, I actually did change around some settings, so it should actually decrease the lag. And that's the goal, at least. So if there does seem like a decreased lag, that's why. So I'm glad to see that it is working. But anyway, yeah, so that's the thing is, if these people are right, I don't want to be right. Like, I don't think that there's any reasonable way that you can treat people badly for disagreeing with you while preaching unity. Like, it's an inherently contradicting phrase, and it's inherently hypocritical. So I don't understand why there's any sort of issue there. It's just or why there isn't an issue there, why they're just okay with it. And really it comes down to partisanship. It comes down to this team sports. Most of these people don't know what they actually believe. It's just teams. It's just a matter of saying, I'm on this side, you're on that side, I'm good, you're evil. And that's really what it comes down to. When you watch these people, like PewDiePie, he's not a comedian to them. He's not a comedian who's trying to make some edgy jokes to appeal to his like, ooh, lag, gotta love. He's not a comedian who's trying to appeal to... Are we still going? Are we still going? I don't know what the heck that was. Are we back? Let me know if we're back. Let me know if you see it. Okay, it's good. Okay, that was weird. That's never happened before. What's even weirder is that there's no, I'm not seeing any frames dropped. So, like, usually when something like that happens, it's because it dropped frames. It's not showing any dropped frames. It just, like, staggered itself from, that's weird. I don't know what that would be. Anyway, yeah, that must have been weird. Ooh, lag, cuts off. But, no, we're back. We're back. Overall, like, I think there's just there's something weird about it. I'm kind of sick of trying to play to both sides, to be honest. And this coming year, I'm gonna try much more to just be myself on camera and on stream. Like, just I don't care that much if they don't want to like have me do all this because I'm not playing the game. I don't really care, because again, even if they are right, I don't really want to be right. So just yeah, I don't know. YouTube's a very very progressive place, and it is frustrating because I don't care if you're super progressive, I don't care if you're super conservative. I just don't want you to be penalizing me if I disagree with you either which way. And that's about all I have to say. Like, that's all I ask, is to be fair to everybody. And if you're not, then we have an issue, and I don't care that much if I please you or not. But yeah. So PewDiePie was not invited to the YouTube Rewind, even though he has 58 million subscribers, mainly just because of the jokes he made. And as I was saying earlier, Google doesn't see him as a comedian trying to make some edgy jokes. They see him as evil and somebody that has to be shed. And as a result, anything is justified in the achieving of that goal. And that's a dangerous, dangerous way to separate people out, because then anything is justified. And when anything is justified, things get messy. Things get real messy. But yeah, watching this makes me want to play more Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm telling you, really good game. Really good game. I wish the replay value was higher. You know, they don't really have any dynamic questing other than like crafting stuff, but I think it could be like, there probably could have been some more stuff, kind of like what they did with Skyrim. I think it could have been good. YouTube is discriminating due to political views, like a god church. Yeah, that's another weird thing. Logan and Jake Paul, is their content just bad and people watch it because it's entertaining to see how bad it is, or are they purposely making it bad because they're so far ahead of everyone else that they know that that's going to actually help them in the long term? Like the rapping is so bad, you just have to think there's no way a human being could think that this is cool. But in their videos, they talk about it like it's super cool and like it's super baller, that they're going to be the next Post Malone, whatever. But do they really believe that, or is it just the game they're playing? I don't know. Either way, it's sucky. It's sucky. As for gaming YouTubers, gaming YouTube or gaming on YouTube is really something they seem to be trying to get rid of. I think it's because they feel as though it's not very mature, which is ironic because they're pushing people like Jake Paul and Lily Singh and all these people. But YouTube used to be the thing that made big YouTubers. If you wanted to be a big YouTuber, you got a gaming channel. Look at Smosh. They didn't have a gaming channel, and then they got one once it became so popular and the algorithm loved it so much that they pushed it. Now, what's most successful? Like little vloggers who do stupid stuff, basically just make mini Jersey Shore episodes every day. And if that's your standard, like, it's just, I don't know why they hate gaming YouTubers so much, because they bring in money, they do that. It is fair. A lot of people won't say this. As a gaming YouTuber, I can say most of the other gaming YouTubers in our field are very non-advertiser friendly, in the sense that they tend to curse a ton, they tend to say things they shouldn't, they tend to be very, it just isn't, they're not great for advertisers. That's just what it is. So I can understand why some of their stuff is not actually pushed and sold, but at the same time, it's like, is Jake Paul's stuff, like when he lights a car on fire, is that considered like understandable? I don't think so. Let me jump back here in this clip, because I don't want to show spoilers if you haven't played the game yet. There we go. overall, like, it's too bad. It really is too bad. Maybe YouTube gaming was made to kill gaming on YouTube. Conspiracy theory, that and flat earthers, definitely true. I mean, it is weird. It seems very half-butted, but that's just what it is. Vlogging is at least 20% acting, so they're doing it for the money a lot of the time. Well, yeah. No, vlogging, you don't realize how much of vlogging is fake until you try to vlog, and then you realize everything in that is specifically chosen and you know, crafted to be, you know, fake. And that's too bad. The live chat is messed up now. Well, no, is it fixed now? No, it's showing messages from earlier. Yeah, see, that's from 241. 241. I don't know what the deal is with that live chat thing. Anyway, overall, it's just, I don't know. YouTube's in a weird place. We got to figure out what the future holds with it. But hopefully it holds a lot of stuff for us. That's all we can hope for. But poor PewDiePie, king of YouTube, but he's a king without a throne. And the people that should be worshiping him and praising him for everything he's done for the platform are trying to kick him off and hoping that he leaves, which is so insane. But that's just what it is. If PewDiePie went and started a new platform, can you imagine how quickly that would change things? If he went, brought all his users over there and started pushing his content there, everyone follows him, that could be the key. But I just don't know if he's ever going to do that. I think he is too nostalgic and is too connected to YouTube. He doesn't want to do that. But if anybody had the power to start that snowball rolling down the hill, it would be him. It's going to take something like that to really get YouTube worried. Twitch is the other thing. Twitch has gotten YouTube really worried about live streaming, which is why they're pushing it so hard. But, you know, at the same time, I don't know if there's any real competition in terms of regular, like, logged videos for streaming. Yeah, let's hope it's not Mark Zuckerberg that does it. Okay, yeah. I mean, in terms of that, we're looking pretty good on time. Especially because we're going to be streaming tonight, apparently, so I probably don't want to drag this out too much. Let's go ahead with the final flush. I'm going to disconnect this live chat viewer. If you're not familiar with what the final flush is, basically, we just go through, you put something funny in the chat, I'm going to read through them and try to avoid cracking up. If I crack up, I lose, and if I don't, I win, and that's pretty much how the game is played. If let me get this chat set up right there. There we go. So yeah, go ahead, put something funny into the chat. It can be clean, it can be dirty, whatever. No guarantees I'll read it if it's super dirty, but put something funny in there, and then we're gonna go through it. I'm gonna have about 90 seconds usually, and then afterwards we're gonna watch one more video to just celebrate. What should we watch? What should we watch? Oh wait, crap. What's it called? Okay, I think I know what it is. Is this no, that's like 20 minutes long. I don't want one that's 20 minutes long. That's 3 hours long. Dang it. You know what? We'll just do this one. Good old Sensei. That's what it is. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This one. Okay, I found it. Okay, I got it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry, I got it. Okay, now we're ready for the final flush. Are you ready? I am ready. We're going to go through. Let me get my timer ready. And here's the clock. Here's the stopwatch. And 3, 2, 1, go. Starting, it's going to jump. Yep. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I lost it. I lost my place. I think this. Okay, what's the difference between anal sex and oral sex? Sex makes your day, while anal sex makes your whole... Coughing. Cough, a really bad cough. I forgot what I was going to say in the final flush last night. I had some great stuff to say. I'm sure it was funny, hilarious, entertaining, and informative, much like myself. I'm sure it was. Half of them don't watch some of his videos because half of his current vids are you laugh, you lose, which a ton of people hate. That's true. What do you call two Mexicans playing basketball? Juan on Juan. That's good. I'm going to use that. What's the difference between Snow and the Oscars? No, no one complains that Snow is white. Ooh, Jake Paul's acting. That's true. I have a poem. Really? I want to cover Jazz hands in chocolate syrup and liquor. Oh, from the stream last night. Then I want her to tie me up and punish me because I have been a very naughty boy. Okay, good. Make that happen. You know, make your dreams come true. What's an Irish 7-course dinner? A 6-pack and a potato. That's awesome. I'm like half Irish, so I'm gonna use that, and it's okay because I'm half victim, so it's okay. I'm from the Middle East, and when I was a kid, I had a bomb-sniffing dog. It died of an overdose. That's pretty good too. Do you know why Mark Zuckerberg has so many followers on Facebook? I heard it's because he gives a mean zuck. That's a thing that you said. Yeah. Oh crap, I went for 2 minutes. Look at that. 2 minutes exactly. See, okay, I think I cracked that multiple times, I will be honest. A few of those were really good. I'm sorry if I didn't get to yours. Hold it. We'll do it tonight. Don't worry. We'll get to yours tonight if we didn't get to them today. We're just going to try to keep this rolling. This is our almighty celebratory video. Are you ready? Got to finish the show strong. Here we go.
Like I'm putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap. Gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs. It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Gay. Frogs. Won't you fight for your life? Gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs. I don't like a frog. Gay. Friggin' frogs. Frogs. Friggin' frog crap. Won't you fight the frogs? It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you.
Placeboing or placeboing, whatever it is. Placeboing, placeboing, whatever it is. Fantastic work. They make some great stuff. Head over, subscribe. It's fantastic. What time is the next stream? Asks Geralt. I believe we saw that the PSX was going to start at 9 or 8:39 my time, meaning in about 6 hours is when it starts. So we'll start streaming that at that time and go from there, I suppose. I think I don't have anything else today, so that should work just fine, and we'll just roll with the punches. Hopefully we get a sneak peek at some really awesome stuff, finalized release dates for a bunch of games coming out. Yeah, should be fun. Episode 49 in the bag. Next week's going to be a little weird. Follow me on Discord or Twitter for updates. We'll figure it out. And we can always make sure that we, you know, are touching base. I will be moving next week at this time, so we might put it off by a day or two, but the plan is that it will still happen before the season break ends, and we're going to put out some videos, so don't worry about that. Lots of new content coming your way, especially come January. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming out. But with that, thank you for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you tonight. Peace out. Love you. Bye-bye.